The episode begins when a blinding light appears out of nowhere in Central Park, and a naked man emerges from a crater. He frantically claims that they're coming for him, but when the cops ask who, he just points to the sky. Meanwhile, back at Avengers Mansion, Captain Marvel criticizes Janet, aka Wasp, for slacking when she's supposed to be on monitor duty. Janet claims she told the AI Jarvis to inform her if something comes up and continues to sulk over her falling out with Hank. Unable to find comfort in Captain Marvel, Janet interrupts, claiming that people are at the door. Janet checked who it was and discovered that it was a couple of cops who brought with them the strange man they found in Central Park. The cops explain how the man insists that aliens abducted him, to which they then show her the markings on her back. Janet asks them if they have already contacted SWORD, but when they have no clue what it is, she claims that the Avengers will handle it. The man introduced himself as Michael Korvac, and he saw a familiar face in Janet, to which he called her Karina. While trying to figure out what happened, Korvac suddenly gets flashbacks when he sees the flashing lights in the elevator. As he was returning home one night, his car suddenly broke down when a bright flash of light hovered above him and tore it apart. He was later abducted and taken back to a ship where aliens prodded and experimented on him. He started acting crazy, swinging his arm around after mistaking Janet for one of those aliens. Janet attacked him with her powers and knocked him out. Later, Iron Man, Black Panther, and Hawkeye arrive. Janet explains how she and Jane have been able to piece out most of Korvac's story about how he escaped from the aliens who abducted him. Hawkeye is skeptical about his story, and Black Panther criticizes how an ordinary human managed to escape from an advanced alien race. Iron Man claims that regardless of whether the story is true, a crater appears out of nowhere in Central Park and sends Black Panther and Hawkeye to investigate it. When Iron Man suggests that he and Janet deal with Korvac, Janet insists that she finds Karina worried she might have been looking all this time for him. Meanwhile, Iron Man checks Korvac and claims that nothing is wrong with him physically, except for being malnourished and dehydrated. What worries him is that Korvac emits some energy that Tony doesn't recognize. When he criticizes Hulk for being unable to keep up with the science, Hulk claims that he's looking at cosmic radiation, which Black Panther and Hawkeye confirm after coming back from their investigation. Suddenly, Janet reports that she had tracked Karina down to a diner where she works as a waitress. She brings her back to the mansion, where the couple is reunited after 2 years apart. Suddenly, a mysterious group appears out of nowhere, intending to take Korvac back. When they prepare to take him back by force, Janet jumps the gun when their leader briefly gets distracted. It turns out that the people chasing Korvac are the Guardians of the Galaxy, which the Avengers have not been acquainted with yet. Their confrontation quickly escalated into a clash between their groups. Hulk fights against Groot and Rocket. Iron Man gets pulled outside by Quasar. Black Panther attacks Adam Warlock, and Hawkeye is left to deal with their leader, Star-Lord. Janet uses this chance to lead Korvac and Karina to safety while the others deal with the Guardians. Rocket pulls out his big gun and starts shooting at Hulk, but he uses a table to block it and throws it at him, which bounces off to Groot. Groot tries restraining him, but Hulk breaks free and rips his arms out. Tired of all the shooting, Hulk sends a clapping shockwave that tore Groot into pieces. When he was about to finish off the defenseless Rocket, Groot regrew himself and smashed Hulk to the ground, sending him through a few floors down. Star-Lord chases Hawkeye to the kitchen, who outsmarts him and hits him with one of his trick arrows, revealing Star-Lord to be human. Iron Man dukes it out with Quasar, who gives it her all to take him down. He eventually overpowers her, knocking her off the air, but is surprised to hear that she can talk in English. Meanwhile, Janet takes Korvac and Karina to the hangar where the Quinjet is when Adam Warlock suddenly appears before them, refusing to let them escape. Janet distracts him with her powers and tells Korvac and Karina to escape when Rocket catches up and has them at gunpoint. Hulk jumps at Rocket while holding Groot's decapitated head, while Iron Man fishes out Quasar from the pool after he knocks her from the air. Star-Lord explains that Korvac is a wanted fugitive after taking out thousands of sentient beings. When she tried to convince the others, Korvac suddenly glowed bright, and it took them all out in a flash of light. After hearing of the situation, Captain Marvel quickly returns to Earth and finds the Avengers mansion in ruins, signs that a battle occurred there. She later finds the others knocked unconscious when she suddenly hears Karina sobbing and notices Korvac, who is about to attack her from behind. Captain Marvel relentlessly attacks him, but her cosmic powers are ineffective. Korvac absorbs her attack and sends a powerful shockwave that sends her flying and all the glass breaking. Later, the Avengers wake up in a mysterious place that keeps changing to a familiar place each had. Trying to figure out what happened, the Guardians appear before them. Star-Lord asks Quasar to fix the unconscious Adam Warlock. The Avengers are surprised that the Guardians speak English fluently. Still, Quasar explains that they are communicating with their minds through the power of Adam Warlock's soul gem. Star-Lord introduces them as an intergalactic peacekeeping force, the Guardians of the Galaxy, working together to keep the known galaxies safe. Anytime Adam detects an imbalance in the universe, the Guardians quickly act to intervene and handle the situation. Quasar claims that according to their findings, Korvac was an escaped Kree test subject. Whatever the Kree did, it changed him, having tapped into the latent genetic potential within humanity that resulted in the ship's destruction. When they found out about it, Korvac had already fled to a nearby space station. He destroyed the space station too, along with a chunk of the planet's surface below. A Rigelian recorder caught an image of Korvac in space, hovering in debris and laughing at the destruction he caused. The Guardians have been following Korvac's energy signature across the galaxy and have finally caught up to him when he arrived on Earth. Adam claims they'd have all been wiped out if he hadn't pulled them all into the Soul Gem. He explains that, although they can't defeat him, the Guardians planned on keeping Korvac distracted while Adam worked on pulling him into the Soul Gem. Meanwhile, Korvac takes Captain Marvel outside, and their battle continues. She tries to fight back, but Korvac overwhelms her with a struggle between cosmic powers. When he is about to finish her off, Korvac gets hit by a uni-beam from behind, to which the Avengers and the Guardians quickly surround him. Janet tries to convince him to stand down, but Korvac refuses, claiming that he now has the power to stop the Kree. When Korvac tries to power up, they attack him in all directions, but Korvac erects a barrier that blocks all of their attacks. Korvac blasts them all with a powerful shockwave, to which Hulk and Groot try to stop him. Iron Man sneaks up from behind and tries to pin him down, but when he tries to stand back up, Hulk helps restrain him while Adam prepares to lock him inside the Soul Gem. Korvac fights back and blasts them all with another shockwave. After defeating all his enemies, Korvac looks to Karina, who begs him to stop claiming that he is scaring her. Surprised by her reaction, Korvac tries to convince her that he will protect her from the monsters. But Karina claims that the only monster she sees is him, and his emotions cause him to explode. They try to stop him, but all that is left is a crater where he stood. Janet flies to Karina to comfort her and wonders what happened to Korvac. Adam explains that Korvac sensed Karina's fear and doubt in him, and that despite all his power, he truly wanted to be with her. When Iron Man asks where Korvac is, Adam claims he can no longer sense him in this plane of existence. Realizing that these are the things the Guardians handle, later, Korvac becomes a cosmic being floating in the vast emptiness of space. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.